Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. It's time for Monday Motivation. Today, our topic is stress and anxiety. The title is From Tension to Tranquility. I'll begin with asking you a question. Have you ever noticed how stress can become so familiar that you don't even recognize you're carrying it? Maybe you wake up already feeling behind. Your shoulders are tight before your feet even hit the ground. Your mind is racing through everything that needs your attention today. And by bedtime, you're physically exhausted, but your thoughts still refuse to settle down. If that's you, you're not alone. Many women have experienced chronic stress. We've all become experts at surviving. We care for our families, we work, we support our friends, we volunteer, we solve problems, and we're dealing with our own issues, whether it's health related or something else. We keep going because we feel like we have to. But eventually, our bodies begin telling us what our minds have been ignoring. Persistent stress isn't simply a part of life. It affects every part of who we are, our emotions, our relationships, physical health, sleep, concentration, and even our spiritual well-being. If we haven't met before, my name is Terri Sterk. I create transformational spaces where women wellness seekers step into their power, turning their pain into purpose and their survival into thriving. Today, I'd like to share how you can move from tension to tranquility. I'm not suggesting that you can escape stress or any of life's challenges, but I am stating that you can respond to them in healthier ways. We can learn to manage the stress better. Here's my story. I've been where you are. I've had multiple seasons when I believed stress was simply something to push through. The breaking point happened when life became heavier than I had ever imagined. My second breast cancer diagnosis, losing people I had loved, career changes, family struggles, moments when I wondered how much one heart could truly carry. I discovered that healing wasn't only recovering physically, my nervous system needed healing too. I had spent so much time in survival mode that my body no longer knew what peace felt like. That's when I began learning practices that helped restore both body and mind. Healing happened one small choice at a time. First, let's understand that stress isn't the enemy. It's a part of our life. Our bodies are designed to respond to danger. If you encounter a real threat, your brain immediately activates your sympathetic nervous system, often called fight, flight, or freeze response. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, adrenaline increase. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline increase. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your body prepares to protect you. Your breathing, whew, your breathing is important. The problem isn't occasional stress. The problem is when our bodies never receive the message that we're safe again. Many women spend weeks or months, even years, in chronic stress, living as though they're constantly preparing for the next crisis. I know because I've been there. Eventually, the body begins paying the price. Here are 5 signs you may be living in chronic stress and you don't even realize it. You may recognize yourself in one or more of these. You struggle to fall asleep even though you're exhausted. Your mind just won't turn off. You feel emotionally reactive over small, meaningless situations. You constantly overthink conversations or future conversations and events that haven't even happened. Your body feels tense, especially your shoulders, your neck, or your jaw. You feel guilty whenever you try to rest or take care of yourself. These are signs your nervous system has been working overtime. Here are 5 practical ways to move toward tranquility. First of all is slowing your breathing. One of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system is through intentional breathing. Try inhaling slowly for 4 counts. I'll do it here to demonstrate, and you do it with me. Hold for 2 counts. Exhale for 6. Longer exhalations help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the body's rest and restore system. Simply using intentional breathing can interrupt an anxious spiral before it grows into something you can't control. The second one is to move your body gently. When we're anxious, we often think we need to sit perfectly still. But gentle movement helps complete the body's stress response. We signal to our bodies that it's okay to stop. The stress is over. Take a walk or stretch. Even walking in circles inside your house will help. If you're able, take a few trips up and down the stairs and get your heart rate going a bit. Even 5 or 10 minutes can reduce muscle tension and improve your mood. If you're unable to walk or get outside, you can try seated yoga. Here are some simple movements that I'll demonstrate. One of my favorites is to sit as straight as you can up in the chair. Raise your arms and clasp your hands right behind your head. Pull your, your elbows back and look up. You don't have to move your head up, but just your eyes look up. This stretches out your shoulders and it helps relieve tension that you might be holding there. You can do that multiple times a day if your shoulders are tense. Another one is seated again. You raise one knee at a time. So let's say you start with your right knee, raise it, count 1, 2, or count to 5, whatever works for you. Then lower it and raise the other leg. 1, 2, and lower it. Do that multiple times. If you can, 5 or 10 times. Again, it gets your muscles moving gently, even 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll feel so much better. Number three is to challenge your story, the story you're telling yourself. Stress often begins with a thought. What is wrong with me? Why me? Why does everything always go wrong? Ask yourself, is this thought completely true? Probably not. Everything doesn't go wrong. So what evidence is there to support that it's true? Ask yourself those questions. Another one is, what would I tell a friend facing the same situation? And tell yourself the same thing. Often our minds become our harshest critics. The visuals that we create in our mind may not even be true. In fact, most of the time, it's just something we made up, especially those 3 a.m. wake ups at night, and you lay there creating this vision in your mind that has no truth to it at all. Learning to replace fear-based thinking and truth-based thinking changes everything. Truth-based thinking helps relax you and helps eliminate the stress. So next time you have that thought, where you make up a scenario about something that's coming in the future, ask yourself, is this true? Well, of course it isn't. It hasn't even happened yet. Number four is to protect your peace. Not everything deserves your emotional energy. We have to protect our energy. You don't have to say yes to every request. You don't have to fix everyone else's problem. Healthy boundaries are not selfish. Taking space for yourself when you need quiet time is imperative. It's not selfish. Healthy boundaries provide wise stewardship for your emotional health to protect your energy. The fifth idea is to return to meditation or prayer throughout the day, several times in the day. One of the greatest gifts I've discovered is simply pausing whatever I'm doing and take a deep breath. And then I say a little prayer. Or you can meditate just with a still mind for a couple of minutes. That pause helps me remember I'm not carrying life burdens alone. Sometimes peace doesn't come because our circumstances change. Peace comes because we remember we're not in control most of the time. Sustainable calm isn't perfection, but sustainable calm is possible. Many people think peaceful people have easy lives, but they don't. That's simply not true. Peace isn't the absence of problems. It's learning how to remain grounded while problems exist. Life will always have uncertainty. There will always be unexpected phone calls. There will always be unexpected health circumstances. There will always be unexpected disappointments. That's life. But we can train our minds and our bodies to return to calm more quickly. We do that with tools and coping techniques that help us get through daily stresses or the big stress from the things we can't control. That's called resilience. Resilience is our ability to handle stress and come out on the other side of it. A small challenge for you this week. Just pick, just pick one calming habit. I encourage you to do this, to practice it if you don't already. Maybe it's a short walk, a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's breathing exercises before bed or before you get out of your car to go into the doctor's office. Maybe it's focusing on your body. Start at your head, move down your body, looking for places of tension. Look at all your body parts. Am I tense in my shoulders? Am I tense in my legs? Am I tense in my feet? Do I have a tension headache? Pay attention to what your body is doing. And then you know what to deal with. Maybe it's spending 5 minutes of stillness each morning or before you go to bed. Small, consistent habits create lasting change. So pick one thing this week and give it a try. If you've been living under constant tension, I want you to know something. Your current stress does not have to become your permanent identity. Healing is possible. Peace is possible. Calm is your friend. You don't have to wait until life becomes perfect before experiencing tranquility and calm. Every small choice you make to care for your body, your mind, and your spirit is another step toward the calm, peaceful life that you desire. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. If the message encouraged you, I'd love for you to share the video with someone who may need a little more peace in her life. I'll post this video in our group, and I'll also post it on YouTube for public consumption on Thursday. I'd love for you to share it. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one small step you'll take this week to move from tension to tranquility? Together, let's continue nurturing wellness of body, mind, and spirit. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, I'm cheering you on.